Hey, I am Lolita E. Walker. I am so excited that you are here with me today. Woo! Welcome to 10 Minutes of Pure Power. Hello, Facebook community and coaching cocktails and conversations. Hey, LinkedIn. Hey, YouTubers. How are you? How are you? How are you? Come into the room, grab your pen, grab your pad, because we are going in for an amazing coaching cocktails and conversation session. You ready? Let's do it. It's a 10-minute power powwow hosted by Lolita E. Walker. Come on into the room and grab a little bit of coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Yes, coaching is where I leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is where I celebrate the greatness of who you are when you show up right here. And in conversations is what we are about to do for the next 10 minutes. Grab a friend, share it out, because it's about to go down. Are you ready for a little bit of motivation? Are you ready to increase your clarity, increase your confidence, and then walk with a new type of commitment? You are in the right place. Come on in. This is Lolita E. Walker of LolitaWalker.com. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Happy day. Today we are leaning in, and yes, it's 10 minutes of pure power. We're starting just a tad bit tardy, but we are here and ready to party. I am Lolita E. Walker. I'm a certified life, leadership, and executive coach. I am a two-time author, and I love pure power. And I want to do my best to help you walk into intention today. Absolutely. What I do is I empower busy women to really feel the power in their pause, really to help to reframe what is sitting within you right now, help you recognize that I am power, and then help you leap beyond where you stand today. I also work with some of your favorite organizations to come in and increase clarity, because clarity plus confidence equals commitment. Absolutely. And how you walk, talk, and behave every day. And these 10-minute power powwows are really intended to gift you a jolt into your day, shake you up a little bit, and remind you of the greatness to which you stand. Are you ready? Yes, yes, and yes. We have been talking about everything from fear to owning what is yours, to what is standing in complacency, to voice dialogues, to personal growth equals professional success, into all of the things. We've even talked about how to get on a TEDx stage. If you haven't listened to my TEDx, make sure you lean all the way in on that. But today we are talking about acting in your tomorrow. What does that mean? Can you really act in your tomorrow? And inside of my Facebook group, Coaching Cocktails and Conversations, I feel like it was Linda, I'm not really sure, who said, well, actually, guess what, Lolita? I'm reading these scrolls from the greatest salesman in the world, which I am reading too. And what it challenges you with is, are you really able to act in your tomorrow? So today, what it is that I want to talk about is complacency, right? You know, in my book, Can We Talk? We talk about discussing and having conversations with your inner self. All of those things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you sit down, and when you reflect, when you sit in the power of your pause, you can talk to your dear yesterday. You can talk to your dear today, where you're sitting right now, and then you can talk to your dear tomorrow. So today I want to talk about not staying in your yesterday, but leaning into your tomorrow by being present in your today. Is that possible? Let's talk about it. According to Lolita E. Walker, it absolutely is. Hey, Jackie, nice to see you. So excited that you are here for these 10 minutes. So started a little bit late, so we're going to go a little bit further in this. But, can you act in your tomorrow? I believe the answer is yes. I do believe the answer is yes, because sometimes when we can talk to our future selves, which we talk about here a lot, what is it that you want in the future? Right? If you're working on a presentation, how are you going to feel when that presentation is done? What's the impact? Why is this so important for you to do right now? What's motivating you to do it? Do you believe the words that you're saying? And at the end of this thing, what's the transformation on the other side? When you know that and you can already place yourself there, that is what I'm talking about acting in your tomorrow. of course you're sitting in your present. That's where we're here right now. I'm sitting inside of my office right now talking to each and every one of you all. But when I know that there's greatness on the other side of that, when I know that there's a woman on the other side of that that's going to tell me, Lolita, you have shifted me today differently. When I know that I'm going to challenge a workforce, when I know that I'm going to challenge a team and a leadership team, and I'm going to help them to drive that increased clarity. They thought they were clear, but not really, because after walking and talking with Lolita E. Walker, now you have a renewed sense of purpose. You have a renewed vision, and now you know how to be in touch with your employees. That is the tomorrow that I'm thinking about. Acting in your tomorrow because you've already visioned it, you're already sitting in it so that you can be present in today and do the work that is necessary to carry you through. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness. And Jackie said, this is so super timely for me. I love that. I love that because all of us can apply these things to our life. I want you to think about what is it that you're working on right now. So when I look up at my board, I shared with you guys that I do 2-week goals, right? And when I have my retreat that some of you all are coming to, I'm so excited, September 15th through the 18th, one of the things we'll talk about is how we set goals. And I set 2-week goals. I set an annual goal, of course. Last September, I stated what my vision was for 2022. I did that in 2021, right? Of course. But then I do monthly goals to get there. Of course, you have quarterly goals in order to work that thing backwards. But for me, it's 2-week chunks in order to get me there. And of course, there's shifts that happen. But when I think and I look at my vision board, which is right in front of me, and I look at that and I see it, I have to absolutely think about how I'm going to feel in those moments when I've achieved those things. Why is it important to me? And on this thing called life, on this journey right here, sometimes we're going to go left. Sometimes we're going to choose to go right. Sometimes our goals to get us to where we want to be, that end state, might shift a little bit, although that transformation is still there. I want to challenge us with acting in our tomorrow because we understand what the transformation is going to be, not because we have to follow the exact steps to get there. Does that make sense? I hope it's making sense. So in my 2-week plan, I have by when I'm going to do what and for what reason. And I share that with you all the time, not because I think it is the best thing since sliced bread. Well, I do, but it's not that you have to do it. It's where I want you to challenge your mind for driving clarity. And all of my clients actually walk and talk and behave in this methodology because it's so crisp, it's so clear, and it gives you some wiggle room because the transformation is where we want to be. Can you act in your tomorrow? I say absolutely, according to Lolita E. Walker. And why and how do we do that? Is by understanding the transformation that's at the end of the gate when you see your future self. All right. I love it. Okay. So by when I'm going to do what and what for what reason, it helps us by when. So that's the what I'm going to do what? Yes. And then I'm going to do it for what reason? That's the why. Clarity plus confidence equals commitment. It's probably timely for Jackie, who is watching right now, because some of the things, well, Jackie, tell me why it's so timely for you, right? That'll be helpful. But what I imagine just having Jackie in my Zoom calls and inside my group coaching program is really surrounding sometimes when we're not present in our today. We hold on to too many things from our yesterday, and then they become distractions on our way to our tomorrow. But what if we really chose? I want to challenge you guys with that today for some soul work, okay? I'm challenging you to think of the transformation at the end of the day, right? And we're even just talking about today. And you can apply this to anything. I'm talking about today. What is your impact for today? What's the transformation that's being received by the end of this day? Right? That's my future self. It hasn't even happened yet because I know what the transformation is going to be. I know how to walk into that. I know how to be present in my moment so that that thing is achieved. And what it does is behoove me to grab the pieces from yesterday that's going to help me to power today. Today I was in a group, and the question early this morning, actually by Brielle Reish, was, I don't know her question, but the answer, that I had. Oh, what will you do? What will you do? And we were talking about barriers and some things. What is it that's going on in your life? And I love that question because for me, of course, I went straight to my PhD in this journey that I'm about to embark on, right? And when I think about that, what are some barriers? Well, funding is a barrier. I believe all education should be free. I know it's not. And so I said, well, guess what, Lolita? You've been here before. You've been here before with an undergraduate and needed to seek funding. You've been here for an MBA and needed to seek funding. And now you're here again at the intersection and you in a change that's happening in your life and you need to seek funding. So the commitment that I made is for every single day for the remainder of this week. Today's Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I will apply to one scholarship and one grant that will help me pursue my doctoral. And then she said, well, guess what? Guess what, you guys? Some of you guys are doing extremely well in your business and can absolutely help with the fund that Lolita has. Now, that was a surprise. That was a surprise. But sometimes when you talk your dreams aloud, remember, if you listened to my podcast yesterday, then you heard me and Laura actually talking about talking your dreams out loud and manifesting those things right there, living with no limits, living limitlessly, because you sometimes set the limits on yourself. So when you don't set the limits on yourself, when you affirm where it is that you're going, because you know the transformation at the end of that, I know how Dr. Lolita E. Walker will behave differently. I know the transformation that I want to make as soon as I have those credentials. I know the impact of how I'm going to walk differently, even on that journey. Now, I don't know what I don't know, but I know this piece right here and how excited I am. So when all of the additional blessings want to come into me, when I'm growing, when I'm learning, when I'm meeting new people and surrounding myself with that, then I want to help you apply those same principles. So I can make a commitment of something small that I can do because I understand the transformation, because this is so important to me, right? I understand why I'm motivated to do this thing. So therefore, I don't have time to sit in a complacency of what didn't happen yesterday, because I'm sitting in my present and I will do this work because I can feel, I know, I trust, I see my future self and why that's important to me. I hope that's making sense. Yes. So Jackie said for her, she needs to make some financial decisions that will affect my future. Right. So Jackie, without really saying it here, because it's not really that important for us to know the details of that, but in application to what we're talking about today, about really feeding the transformation of your future, the question around this, making some financial decisions for your future is, how motivated are you to do that? Because what is the transformation on the other side of the decision that you're making? Why is this thing important to you? Is it important to do now? Right? These are questions. Please don't answer them. It's more of us shaping ourselves to see, one, is this a decision that I need to make right now inside of this moment? If the answer is yes, then why am I so motivated to do it? And then what is the loss that I am experiencing, that I will experience if I choose not to leap into this thing right now? When we can answer those questions, then we can gain increased clarity, right? Oh, so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. And here's the thing about these 10-minute power powwows. We absolutely are at 10 minutes right now. But here's the thing about these 10-minute power powwows is that the goal is to challenge your thinking and to help you shift a little differently, to shift you to action, because there is more, because you already are more, because there is intention, because we can make things clear and we can choose what we're going to work on to get to where we're going. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. I'm going to leap into the Facebook group. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, come on over to Coaching Cocktails and Conversations. We would absolutely love to have you. If you're listening in the Facebook group, stay where you are. I'm headed right over for a couple of minutes. All right, you guys, see you soon.